Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to January 2024's finished pages. Yes, I know this is not finished, but I wanted to put this up first so that people saw it. At Christmas, let me get the little one, it might be clearer to see. Yeah, this is a Christmas card that Kevin made for me, and he put all this together himself, and he has so kindly provided a link of this beautiful Alice picture compilation, so that if you want to have a copy yourself to have a go on, you can download it yourself and print it off. I will put the link in the description box. Now, I know this is not coloured, but I am working on it. It's going to be slow progress. I'm doing a little bit at a time. It's going to be a whole lot easier now I've got my beautiful Albert Dürer watercolour pencils. So massive thank you to you, Kevin. Thanks very much. I hope you, if you download it, you let us know so that I can in turn tell Kevin. So there we go. Okay, so let's get into pages that I've actually finished this month. So the first page that I did was a page in My Journey Through Europe by the wonderful Rita Berman, and I did this page. So I did this, the gorgeous swan page. I've always looked at this and wanted to do it. Now the really sad thing about this picture is that I always have two copies of Rita's books, one to practice in and one to do my best work in. I love and adore how this turned out. It's in my practice book. I mean, what the heck? So I think I'm probably going to have to cut it out and glue it in the official book. It's so sad, I can't believe it. Anyway, I'm thrilled with how it turned out. What did I use? I used polychromos. I think that's it. Let me see. Oh, polychromos and Tule Art paint pens to take out the edges, and white Posca. There is no glitz and glam. I didn't want to put any on. I was so pleased with how it turned out. I did post it on Instagram. I'm a bit finicky about what I put on Instagram because I don't know, it has to be, I have to feel that it's good enough. I don't know, but I am absolutely over the moon with how it turned out. I love it. I did use, I hadn't written this down, I would use Distress ink on the bridge here to give it the sort of mottled look, and then went over with pencils, give it the sort of brickwork look. So Distress ink, Tule Art paint pens and polychromos. I think I've only put polys down, but obviously I use a lot more than that. I put the colour combinations down, so yeah, so Distress ink, polychromos, paint pens, and I'm in love with how it turned out. I'm so pleased with it and absolutely devastated that I've coloured it in the wrong book. That will serve me right. Usually I put a P on the binding of the practice one, so I know it's the practice copy, but for some reason I just grabbed it out and opened the book at this page and thought, do you know what, I'm doing it. Yeah, and it happened. So that is picture number one in My Journey Through Europe with the wonderful Rita Berman. And then, as you know from last month, I was doing, where am I going to put these books? From last month I was doing, I'd done a page in, well, finished a page, a long-term whip in Fairy Celebrations, and was trying to repair the book because I've got this page, well, that was what I did with pastels, not happy with that either, that was ages ago. I've started this page and I'm not happy with it, so I'm repairing things, and on the very first page I'd done this. Oh gosh, it must have been 2020, I would think. When was that pastel one done? Yeah, 2020. I did that in pastels, and it's yeah, it's just very dull and flat, and I like the shine of pencils and whatnot. So so I'm trying to repair the bits and pieces to make it a special book again. So I repaired this bit of the cover that I'd completely messed up. And I really like its bright intensity, and yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. So what did I use for this? I'm pretty sure it's Inktense. Yes, I did. Inktense, paint pens, polys and Prismas. So it got a whole lot of bits and pieces thrown at it. But if you'd seen it before, it was a real mess, and it had blotched through to this side. But I might just put a little bit of white paint on it and leave it at that to repair the cover. But I'm thrilled with how it turned out. So I just have to do the little cake and the butterflies. So I'm feeling much, much better about revisiting this book. And as you know, I was so kindly gifted 3 more of her books. I can't believe it. So, and I know it was highly requested that we do a colour along in one of them. Yeah, lots and lots of people wanted that, so we will do that. I know this is very, very bright, but I love it. It's a fairyland, and yeah, so I'm really pleased. So all I have to do to make myself feel better about the book is that page that I just showed you, is sort that out, wherever it is. I can't remember where it is now. There, that one. I need to sort that out. And I'm sure if I finish the page it won't seem so bad. But this I followed Julie's passion for colouring. And then I think I went off on a tangent and did my own thing. And, you know, I don't know. I'm sure I can repair it. I'm sure it will be fine. But, yeah, it's just very annoying. Anyway, so I'm thrilled with that. There we are. My little fairy house. So that's Fairy Celebrations. And then we got blessed with Lulu Mayo's new book, A Million Baby Animals, and what an incredible little book it was. And that it was highly requested that I did the snow globe page. So we did this together on the channel. So this is a colour with me, and I used Artex pencils because of the snow, and Truly Art paint pens. That was the background. I discovered that just purely by accident, that actually if you put them down and wet them, you can blend them like normal acrylic paint. So we went ahead and did that, and then went over with pencil just to give it a bit of glow. And the shiny glitter stuff you can see is this bit. It's called Shaved Ice by, have I got it to hand? Yes. It's called Shaved Ice by Stampendous, and it is flat flakes of iridescent, like snow material. It's gorgeous, and a little bit goes an awful long way. So to put that on, what I used was Mod Podge gloss. And it gave the snow globe that shine that you can see there. And it dries flat, so you're not going to have any bumps and lumps on the page behind. So I put it all over the globe, and I'm really pleased with how it came out. I really love the effect of how it came out. I think I probably would have liked the globe a little bit lighter inside, but you know, it is what it is, and it's done now, and I'm pleased with it. But yeah, and to discover that you can blend the Truly Art paint pens is a game changer, because I was able to discover that if I used my Caran d'Ache palette on the smooth side and scribbled on the board and lifted it up with a paint pen, you get the same effect. So yeah, just incredible discovery when we've got Truly Art have such a vast array of beautiful colours, and they're so versatile to use like that now. Wet, dry, outlining, they're really opaque and good. I can't speak highly of them. I'm really impressed with them. So yeah, so that was a colour with me on the channel. So that's Lulu Mayo's A Million Baby Animals. And then I moved on to Diane Defoe, who, as you know, I love Diane's work, and they had been sorely neglected. This is Teddy Bear Therapy. It's a very, very cute book. I had just received the 120 set from the husband, a 120 set of Albert Dürer watercolours, and I knew this paper was, you know, it is magnificent, but also small enough images, so I chose this one to practice with. And I love how he turned out. He's just so chilled and relaxed, and it gave me, I think the weather outside was hideous, and it just gave me that little bit of hope for spring. So, yeah, so I use my Albert Dürer's, the Thule Art paint pens again, and gel pens. So I think the gel pens would have been for the stalks down here, and I think that's probably it. Maybe a little detailing on the teeny tiny little frog down the bottom there. No glitz and glamour. Yeah, so it was Albert Dürer's. I used them wet on everything, and then I went over, once the page was dry, I then went back over with them as a dry pencil, and I really liked the effect it gave. And then I used the Thule Art paint pens to outline, take some of the black lines out of the leaves, and put some more grass in. And yeah, I think he turned out really cute. What did I use for the sky? That was Albert Dürer as well, so that was just wet. And then, yeah, I think he turned out really cute. I'm really happy with this page, and I'm really enjoying using those pencils. They're yeah, they're really lovely. Oh, I do apologise. No, I'm right. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong pen. Yeah, so it was. You're really enjoying learning watercolours, and they're so responsive. They react and blend, and yeah, they're just beautiful pencils. So that was my little Teddy chilling out by the river in Teddy Bear Therapy by the very talented Diane Defoe. And then a bombshell came in the month, and somebody, I don't know who, it was an anonymous gift, somebody sent me Nostalgia by Green Ivy, and this is a beautiful hardback book that came from Amazon, and it had come from my wish list. I don't know who sent it. It like I say, they just said, enjoy your gift, anonymous. So thank you, anonymous. And I immediately fell in love and had to do one. So mine's slightly different to the picture. I could see the colours that I wanted, and I wanted it a little bit brighter than the actual picture because, well, you'll see. So here's the artist version, and then here's my version. And I wanted the leaves and the door to be brighter, and her little dress, I don't know if you can see, it has got colours in it, but it's very, very muted. I wanted it to, I don't know, I almost saw it like she was in her little nightie, ready for bed, but I don't know. It was almost like a little dream, I think. She's knocking on the door to give somebody the flowers. And this book, oh my gosh, is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love copying artist imagery, but what's fun about this is you can take the colours but really play with it and make it your own. So I used what did I use? I used quite a bit on here. I used the Derwent pastel paints, the little sets that you get. I think it's this one. I can't recommend this highly enough. This set is so versatile and absolutely brilliant. They're the colours you get in there, and they mix and they blend. Oh, they're creamy like no other watercolour paints I've ever used. They're gorgeous. I love them. I wish they'd bring more colours out in this range because they're just gorgeous. Yeah, so I used those as a base for everything apart from her dress. Unless there's a white in here, then I might have gone over with it. I don't think there is a white, so no. Yeah, so I used the Derwent paints as a base to get this colour. I mixed it to make that background colour. And then, because it was the door that I had in mind and her dress I wanted like a nightie. So I used the Derwent drawing pencils mixed with Coloursoft, Derwent Coloursoft, and then some polychromos I think would be for maybe the leaves, and yeah, leaves in her hair, just little details, and her boots possibly. But yeah, I was so excited about this book. I want to do at least once a month. Can you imagine having this as like a sort of legacy book that you leave, or a coffee table book? It's just so beautiful. So I plan to, and I know a few of you have requested that I do a page on the channel. We can certainly do that together. That's not an issue at all. I am more than happy to comply. So yeah, so there's that picture, and I'm so pleased with it. I'm actually really quite pleased with most of the things I've done this month. So that is Nostalgia by the illustrator Green Ivy. If you put Korean colouring book in, or Green Ivy Nostalgia on Amazon, it should pop up if it's available. I know there was only a few left when I went and put a link in on my last video, the haul video and gifts that I'd got. But oh, incredible, incredible. It's going to be a must-loved, very much loved book of 2024. So then, as you know, or maybe you don't if you're new to the channel, but I managed to find Lizzie Mary Cullen's books by Freak, unused, secondhand. This particular one was from eBay, and came in a lot with another book, and I found all 3 out of print books at the same time. It was just unreal. So I did email Lizzie Mary Cullen, because a lot of you said, oh, you'd love these books, you'd love to be able to colour in these books. But I emailed her on Instagram and I asked her, you know, is there any way that anybody can get hold of them? Did she know anywhere that had still got copies that we could buy? But sadly she hasn't answered me. I know she's seen it, but maybe she's looking into it, I don't know. So I did reach out to her and ask. So this is Tally Ho. This is a colouring book for lovers of all things British, which is sadly out of print, but it's going to receive a lot of love here. So I did the very first page. When it rains, it pours. Got quite a bit of reflection going on there. Isn't that so cool? And I just wanted it lovely and simple, just to ease me into the book. So I used my polychromos, I used my Prismas, and I used Posca and Thule Art paint pens, and I just love the simplicity of it. I love the red lettering against the green. As you know, I've been playing with colour wheel, and that red and green are opposite, so if you want it to stand out, you want a subject to stand out, like the letters in this case. If you use an opposite colour on the colour wheel, it will really push it out forwards, and I think it does that. So yeah, so I just had so much fun doing it. And these ones are less detailed, so I'm going to have an awful lot of fun doing these. There is a picture of the Queen in here, one of the Queens. Is it Queen David Copperfield, Charles Dickens? Yeah, oh, I'm just going to have so much fun in this book. But yeah, absolutely loved doing it. Really, really enjoyed it. So that's that one. That's the first page. I've broken the back of Tally Ho, which I was a bit scared about, because if I fluff up, I can't get another copy. But it is what it is. Okay, and then together on the channel, we did the 2 dragons in small victories. So there is 2 videos for this. That was the other one we did. We've done that on the channel. And I've put a wax-proof paper in here because I just don't know how the pens are going to respond yet. So we did these 2 siblings. So this was the first one I did in a more subtle, muted, sophisticated. He's far more sophisticated, this little brother. And then video 2, we did this bright and energetic little fella. So I tried to use similar colours. Obviously the blue is much brighter in this dragon than this one, but I brought that gold tone in. And I just put some red dots in this one and some of the foliage just to sort of unite the two. And we used polychromos for this, because if it's a colour with me, I try and stick to one pencil set, because if you're following along and you know, it would be very frustrating for me if I wanted to follow along and you know, you've got one of the pencil sets but not all of them. So I always try and keep to one pencil set, unless I chuck in a Prisma black or white. Sometimes do that. Yeah, so we used polychromos, 2 art paint pens and gel pens. What did I use? Oh, the gel pens, I used a budget brand on these tiny little leaves. I think they were Zebra. I've got them here. Yeah, they were the Zebra Doodlers and Link Shine. They're not the shiniest in the world, but they blend beautifully. There is a bit of shine, but so that's why the wax paper's there, because I didn't want any transfer onto this gorgeous little page. So I actually absolutely had a blast colouring these two. Again, I've been looking into the colour wheel, colours that would go well together. And yeah, I'm thrilled to bits with how it turned out. And the reason why I think I had so much fun is because so many of you interacted with me. I had so many pictures sent to me. I'd asked for them, obviously. If you'd done a picture, send them to me. I always love to see it. But I had so many pictures of people that had coloured along with me and sent me their pictures to show me. And it was so heartwarming to know that I'm not just waffling on to myself, and that you'd enjoyed it too. You know, I still struggle with the thought that people would want to follow my colouring. So it always warms my heart to see that you did. So thank you to everybody that did that. But I think that's why I had so much fun, because we had such a lot of interaction together doing it. So another little page. I think sadly it's only the second one I've done in here. What is going on? I do find it, like I said on the channel, I do find this book, not so much Rooms of Wonder, I love Rooms of Wonder, but not so much that book, but this book I find it even more intimidating because of all the little doodles and things of how I'm going to colour it. And I think there is more of a focus on a small image to be coloured well than there is on a whole page, because you can mask a mistake on a whole page, but you fluff up on one of these and you know it's going to be right there in your face, isn't it? But we will get round to more. So that was Joanna Basford's Small Victories. And then, I don't know how I'm going to get this on camera, but this is Disney Vitro. And as you know, I've been loving the Disney bits and pieces, but this has taken 2 or 3 months. It's kept slinging. I kept slinging it to one side because I was bored with it, and coming back to it. So it's taken a while, but I did the Peter Pan page. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I changed Captain Hook a little bit, his clothing, because his jacket was red and then other parts of him were pink, and I thought, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to myself, folks. No, it's not happening. We come a little bit more. Thought, no, I don't want pink on the page. So, I'm really pleased with how it came out. And I love Smee. Look at him. Anyway, I used my Color pencils for this. Primarily Color. Then I used polychromos and Prismas. This is the Color. That beautiful green blend is the Color. And I did all this background and all the people with Color only. And then I was like, I am never going to get this page finished. It's going to take forever. So I cracked out the Derwent pastel paints after doing the nostalgia page. And I did round the circles in the back of them, these circles and the floor. Just to give myself a base and a chance of getting it finished, because each of these little triangles takes forever. But they are beautiful pages. I mean, look at this one. Look at this one. And as you can see, when they're done, they're just stunning. So I ignored the glass on Hook and on the people, and just pretended it wasn't there and coloured it as normal, and then just did the background as the stained glass effect. And I think that's the approach that I will take in the rest of the book, but I certainly need a break from it at the moment, because boy, is it a lot of work. Well, it's a lot of samey work. Do you know what I mean? Like you're colouring and you're just blending out in small areas. So it's a lot of samey work. But yeah, I'm very pleased with him. I was pleased with how the colours performed. They're very waxy, as you can see on Hook, compared to like the blue on the background. Yeah, they're really waxy. But I quite like the shine of pencils. Just doesn't bother me at all. I think it looks quite nice when you pick the page up and there's a sheen on it. So anyway, waffle over. And then sadly there is only one more page to show you. I'll bring you back in so you don't have to see my messy desk. A messy desk, people, I'm going to tell you now, is a happy colorist. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. If there's mess around, it means I've been happy and playing. That's my theory. So my lovely friend Julie brought me this and another colouring book, and I couldn't leave it. I couldn't leave it, so I had to have a go. So this is Lulu Mayo. Sorry, this is a kids colouring book, Lonely Planet Kids, and it's got all sorts of details about animals in the back. Tells you what the animals are, and then here it tells you where they come from. It's a really cute little book. I know Kay's done a few in here, and I know she's got this book. What am I saying? I don't know. The World's Cutest Animal Colouring Book by Lulu Mayo. And the difference with this one is that you get the pages, coloured to help you. So the first page in here was the koala page. And I used some of her colours, like the koala colours, and the pinky sort of orange, but I changed it up. I wanted to change it and make it mine, so I did these little dudes this way. Now I was going to put some kind of sort of wispy background, different colours in there, but sadly I ran out of time, and I don't cheat, so if I tell you I finished it at the end of the month, I finished it at the end of the month. But I probably think actually now that I'm just going to leave it alone and not put a background on. I think it says mandala and it says very cute. I was thinking about just putting a little bit of that Mod Podge gloss on their noses, so their little noses become really shiny. Okay, so I used, put it back in shot, my Albert Dürer's, Prismas, Polychromos, and my Thule Art pens. So this is, I think I went over everything, apart from these tiny little details. I went over everything with the Albert Dürer's, back over with my Polychromos. I think I used the Prisma, I used the white Prisma, just to make sure I'd kept the highlights in their faces. Aren't they cute? Gorgeous little faces. And then the Thule Art paint pens I went over their clothes with and left it as simple as possible on their clothes. I used the Thule Art pens for the leaves. I coloured all the flowers and then used the Thule Art pens to go round the outside just to boost their interest, I suppose. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy. This book, initially, when I initially put water on it, it went blotchy, like you got like all spots, but as it dried, that disappeared. So it, and it's barely wrinkled. Look, it really coped very well. So I'm looking forward to doing another one. I'm looking forward to doing this one and making it mine, because that's quite detailed, that one. But yeah, they are kids ones, but most of our colouring books could be aimed at children, couldn't they? Most of them. So yeah, so I've had a blast this month. I've absolutely loved it. thank you for joining me for our two, I think. Yeah, we did Lulu Mayo and we did Small Victories. So we had 3 Colour With Me videos this month. Thank you for joining in with me with those. I loved it because of the interaction we had. So this month you have requested at least that we do Clara Markova, and I'm on that. I'm all over it. I'm so excited to get into one of our books. I am thinking, let me reach over. I can't remember which one it is because I've looked through them so much and they're all jumping out at me. It might be, right, it might be this one. Yes, this one. I'm thinking this one because I'd had a request for skin because somebody said they struggle with skin, and could I do a Hannah Carlson one. But if I did her, the skin principle would be the same. So this is Fairy Touch of Magic, but I'd also got Fairy Miracles and Little Secrets from My Fairy House. So let me know, what do you think? Do you think you'd like to see that page done? Because I adore her. I just think she's gorgeous. I might need some I think I would definitely need some to base the page with watercolour paint or something else, because there's such big areas to colour in on her. That would take an awful lot of effort if I just did pencils. So bear that in mind if you're thinking about that page. Or another one. So these were the 3 books that I was so generously gifted, and I'm so grateful. I cannot wait to get into them. Let me know which one you think, and we will I'll go with the majority. I'm more than happy to do that. They're all beautiful, so I don't mind. Let me just carefully put those up to the side. They're like my pride and joy. They're going to be much loved this year. Okay, so, and that's it for this month. When you put it all together in a video, it just seems like, oh, it wasn't that much after all. But the hours that you put in is a lot for me. 10 pictures this month was a lot. Normally I'm like 7 or 8 now, but yeah, but I was just having so much fun, so why not? So I hope you're having fun with your colouring and enjoying everything you're doing. Yeah, any thoughts or ideas about colouring? I know I'm going to do nostalgia, and I know I'm going to do a Clara Markova. Now, whether I jump straight in and do a picture straight away in one of the books, because I can't wait, because I'm a bit like that. But if you request, if there's a book that you're all requesting and I've done a different one, I'll do another one. It's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I'm going to stop my incessant ramblings and I'm going to let you go and enjoy your evening. So until we meet again in the very near future, take really good care of yourselves, enjoy your colouring, and I'll see you very soon. Night night.